You know, most of my terrariums are dead. I need a new one. But I don't want just any new one. I wish I could have science help from somebody. I want a rust removing laser. And then I want to impregnate some salty brine and some sand full of like intense phosphorus rich fertilizer. And I want to vacuum out all of the oxygen out of the water and then use like a hose to fill the jar up with like CO2 gas. And then I want to seal it shut. Come on in, Jack. And then, oh, did I mention the red algae? I want there to be red algae, especially those ones with the square shape that only show up in like super brackish water. Yeah. Oh, and yeast, but not any yeast. I want that. I want that colony of multicellular yeast that they bred inside of the low oxygen environment. I want that. I want that yeast, and I want it to have like I don't know. I want it to have like a little maybe I want to make sure it can go into a cyst form and hibernate because there won't be an environment for it at first, I don't think, unless yeast can anaerobically respirate. I think maybe some yeast can anaerobically respirate, so we might be okay there. But the point is, I want a jar full of red algae, not green algae, and proto multicellular life, and then here's the part with the rust removing laser. I want some television stone. That's a special crystal where it looks like what it's on top of is right on front of it. And I want to use that to waterproof the laser. I want someone to drill like a little hole or 3D print a special lid for my terrarium. And the television stone blocks the humidity from getting into the laser diode. And it needs to be self-contained because I don't know a lot about laser safety, so the lid itself will need to have the laser diode and laser power supply also acting like a lid for the lid that screws onto the lid that is screwed onto the jar. And then I want to plug it in and just have a singular, constant power supply. But it's a fucking laser. A fucking laser. And here's the part I don't think that. I want to see how the animals harness energy from a laser because it's too intense. Like, rust removing lasers cause the air to glow. It looks like it's in smoke, but it's actually just lighting the air on fire. Isn't that cool? And so I want that in my terrarium, and I want to see how the organisms find ways to harness energy from it. That would be so cool. Alright, see y'all.